guys, my name's Rebecca, also known as Reiki Reselling. I'm a part-time reseller over on Vinted and eBay. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's new, that's subscribed. For those that, haven't subscribed, please either comment down below what you think of my videos, what you want to see, or subscribe if you like what you see. So what I've been doing recently is sorting out something called a death pile. And for those that are new to reselling or are unsure what a death pile is, it's basically stuff that needs a little bit of work doing to it, but you just can't be bothered to sort it out. Stuff that hasn't been uploaded, you've just whacked it in a box thinking about it later. But for me, my death pile is not actually uploading it and sorting it. Sometimes it's if it needs a bit of work doing to it. So for instance, I wouldn't say it's a death pile item as such, but it's an example. These shoes that I bought the other day from a boot sale for £1, they need a bit of a wipe down. So I need to do that ASAP, otherwise they'll go to a death pile. They'll just sit there and not do anything. So the trouble that I have is because I'm probably classed more like a bulk reseller, because I buy things in such a bulk cheap price to then flip, and most of it is like high street brands. It's not very exciting stuff like Marks and Spencer's and whatnot. So what I tend to do is, as soon as I've gotten it, I wash it, iron it, all that good stuff. I don't even photograph it sometimes after it's been washed and ironed. I just whack it in a box. Because I'm very busy, I do have a full-time job. It takes a lot of my time, as does kids and family. So I just whack it in a box and think about it later. Well, today is later. And yesterday was later as well. I've been sorting it out for quite a while now. So I've got new stuff in a bag on the floor that I need to wash. That's going to go in the house in a moment. But I thought it would be good to finish sorting out my death pile, whatever you want to call it. So far, because I'm having to go through every single box, I'm on to box S. So this is box S. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all of each individual item, make sure it's all listed, photograph if it's not, whack it back in the box, and then move on to the next one. So as you know, I'm up to S, so I've done all of these ones so far. All these ones are done, apart from the box in the corner. Still have them to do. I know roughly what's in the box, and I think that's why I've been so lazy. I've got a couple of the boxes I've already sorted out there. 1 needs doing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can't really see it, 7, and then these bad boys here. So yeah, I definitely have my work cut out for me, and it'll take a couple of days to obviously sort it, but yeah, it is what it is. It's the stuff about reselling that people don't necessarily, advertise. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. So a lot of people are liking and commenting on my video, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased that I'm getting loads of new subscribers. It means that you kind of like my quirks, because I am a weird one. And I don't necessarily pick up the stuff, all the big hitters that, other people do pick up. And there is a reason for that. It's not because I don't have the space, because I absolutely do. But I'm still learning. Yeah, I might walk past an item that's worth like £50-60 and not realise we're all human. Even these full-time resellers that have been doing it since COVID and before, they still pick up and miss stuff as well. They make mistakes. We're all human at the end of the day. But I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. I will look at stuff that's a bit unusual, a bit quirky, but I feel like I'm just picking up the same sort of stuff. And that brings us on to my point. If you are new and you're getting into reselling, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sticking what you know when you first start out. So I only learned recently that Marks and Spencer sells quite good. And I know that's so silly, because that's like 3/4 of my items now. A lot of these things in these boxes are Marks and Spencer's, like Per Una, variations of it, Blue Harbour Golf, and it is stuff that is new in a way. because I've only just recently learned that it sells better on eBay than what it does on Vinted. You can get higher prices for it on eBay than what you can on Vinted, and that's just generally speaking as well, to be fair. Vinted just seems to be a bit of a car boot, and that's fine. I've not tried buying off Vinted to flip yet. I think I've done it once, actually, I tell a lie. But yeah, I know a lot of people do that, and that's fine. But for me, I source items that I know I can make a quick, thing on. If I just buy it for 50p and then I sell it for like £7-8 in less than 24 hours, happy days, that's good enough for me at the moment. Obviously it's not a full-time job, and these are quick wins, if there's not much prep behind them, which I don't think really with a lot of clothing there is. I mean, yes, you have to maybe wash them, iron them, and then you've got to like photograph them, but you have to do a lot with electricals. You have to test electricals. Sometimes some of the electricals are easier to test than others. Like I've got this coffee machine that I got the other day for £1. It's like an iced coffee. I just need to get some ground coffee because I'm boring. I use the instant stuff on me little Nescafe kind of thing. So yeah, but yeah, if you, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sticking what you know, and if you have access to, say, loads of high street stuff, like the northeast is considered to be quite like a poor area. Yes, there's good and bad of everywhere, but like traditionally it's a mining city, it's a mining area. So traditionally there isn't going to be these hard hitters necessarily, is what you see on some other resellers, and that's absolutely fine. So for me, I just pick up brands that I know that I can sell quite quickly, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to find a Carhartt coat every 2 seconds, or some Nike Airs that are worth like 200 quid, because it just doesn't happen from where I am, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if you're getting frustrated at the items that you're picking, thinking that they're not worth a lot, just try and take a step back and really think about how much you actually paid for them. If they are worth still £20-30 and you're paying £2 for them, happy days. That's a fantastic profit margin if you think of it that way. Most of the sellers might pick up something that's worth a tenner, worth to pay £10 and worth £50. That's a fantastic profit margin as well, absolutely. But you're not going to get that on every single thing. So please don't be disheartened if when you're going around these boot sales and you're thinking, God, it's rubbish, I can't find anything, because sticking with some simpler items as well will still help you make money. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that little rant. I realised when I was talking, it just probably comes across as a rant. So I am really sorry about that. I'm not one for ranting normally. But I just think it needs to be said, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that will like showcase all these singing and dancing items, and that's fine. I would love to get them, absolutely. But I also think it's not real life. Stuff you see day in, day out at the car boots can sell for a profit too. So please remember that. This is some of my death pile. Obviously, you've got to remember I'm packed with the garage, so I've got all this kind of rubbish behind us that I don't have space to stick my stuff with. But they are in bags that have been washed. They just need ironing because they've been in the boxes for that long. So yeah, I'm going to sort that out too. And on to some sales, because I haven't done them in a while. So these are just a few sales over the last couple of days. This didn't hang around long. This was a Marks and Spencer's shirt, bought for 50p, sold for £7.99, which was good. This I paid 50p at the thrift shop, sold for £11.99. Had this absolutely ages. Again, 50p items. I don't think I've paid anything more than 50p for any of these items. That one I did sell really cheap, so it was a bit damaged. The way that I look at it though, like I said before, is a sale's a sale. If you're still selling, all of these things will help pay the bills, and yes, the tax man might take his share of it, but you still come out with a nice chunk of change at the end of the month. And bulk buying is just one way to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.